Hey guys, Hello Plasma324. Welcome back to Let's Play Katawa Shoujo. What did we do in the last part? It's really odd not having any music. That's weird. It was really weird. What did we do? We met Kenji. That's what we did. Okay, good start to the part. Good start to the part. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay, wow! That was bad. Okay, Hichan, perfect. Why isn't there music? The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought to where she could have gone, the teacher informs us it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. You don't know Shizune, then. She's angry. Seems very expressive, even though she can't speak. Well, you just gotta make up for it somehow. Yes, it is, Hichan. Impossible. Really? Really. I noticed it before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing out only everything she says, but when anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really... Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. No, it's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Oh god. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me, as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hichan? Very sure. Ha! You're wrong, Hichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. That was Shizune. Wah! Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings and she quickly gets up, picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? Ah, that's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. My old school, I like to eat outside, near the back of the building. It's a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. Wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pulled me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students' favorite eating classroom were outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hichan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Shu-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Changing little nods of confirmation, they turned to face me again, and Misha straightened her posture as if she was about to deliver a speech. Hichan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I just usually read a lot. There's a book club, right, Shu-chan? Right. But it seems like they all have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Shu-chan, it's a really popular club. Ah, okay, but more to the point, Hichan. Does this mean you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great, that's great, Hichan, really great. Ah, wah! Oh, God. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hichan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there's one other thing. Student council! I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. It's a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. Pretty sure the two of them know this, but because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the conversation, in a matter of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Right. Hichan, you should definitely join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely, you should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we can hang out every day. Hichan. Oh, wait, no. We can hang out every day, Hichan. Hichan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shu-chan is the president. Starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Shizune adjusts her glasses a lot. Ha! Of course, we're not trying to get you to the join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council, therefore, but instead to try and get you to... So you're admitting this? Ha! No, we admit nothing. I mean, Chan, of course it would be nice for you to join, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one school. Yep, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. What? No, no! Aw, see, Hichan? Of course it wouldn't go easily. Yep, that's right though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hichan owes me candy now. You're betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Ooh. So, you got some good wording there. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Wow, that's interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. Want to play a game? That's not what I said. How about Rich Man Poor Man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because you two have both the same incentive, and then for the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. What this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Shizune doesn't like that. Hichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and we will pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting... God damn. In order to atone... Damn it! In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No! How about a game of paper football instead of Rich Man Poor Man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game that they play in America. This is all set in Japan, of course. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's like the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. It's also played by elementary and middle school children, Hichan. Ah! That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Ha ha! Yeah, that's true. How'd you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kinda like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Ah, really, Hichan? We can just play for fun, Hichan? Hichan hasn't played in a long time. So if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Wah! I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete by accepting to take a look around and play the game with her. Lunch ends, we go back to class. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. A word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me in the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considerate. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. Wah! What's wrong, Hichan? Maybe I'm gonna do this path earlier rather than... I'm kind of... Let me stop for some interior monologue and whatnot. I guess that's what I'd call it. Look. Shizune is one of my favorite characters. I'm gonna say that right now. Like, though, like, across the board with the fans, she's the least favorite path. I think she's got a good character, and she makes a really big change throughout the path. What was I talking about? I was going to kind of save that for last. I was going to save that one for last, just to end off the LP with like one of my favorites. But then that means I'd have to give that much of a gap where I'm not practicing my Misha laugh. And if you go down her path, you know, there's a lot of that laugh you got to be doing. So maybe I might do this one first, or I might just say screw it and do it last, and just go with it. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is going to be a long LP. I know that for a fact. Unless I just speedrun it somehow. Basically, if I cut down on moments like this, where I'm just not really going through the game and just stopping and giving my interior monologue and my opinions like Winslow does, I can cut this down a little bit. Because he's 30 parts in, and, well, actually, like 34 now, and he's just finished Emmy's Path. Now, I'm not saying I can do it, like, so much faster that I'd have, like, 2 paths done, but I'm sure I'd have, like, I don't know if I want to drag it out and just make it, like really short. I don't want it to be really short. Like, I want to get a lot out of this. I don't want to just breeze through it. I want to show what this game has to offer, and possibly offer it to other people. So, I'm going to wonder about that. There's really 2 paths that I don't want to do, so maybe I should just do them to get them out of the way. Problem is, one of them is probably the longest path there is, and the other one's, I guess, somewhat short. And then the other 3 are just good. And I'll explain them when we get around to it. But anyway, back to the game. That's right, we're just gonna play a game at Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha, this seems a little sinister to me. Start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? That's what makes you guys being on top of me... This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hitchan. Hitchan says that when the life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened. Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that, I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Little mean. Need to check on something real quick. Alright, I'm back. Just had to check on something with my headset setup. So I noticed something odd about it. But anyway. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There's a few regular desks and chairs stacked on one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. There's a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old-school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something, but the most notable thing about this room is that it doesn't have any other people. Well, that's basically what it says. Are we early? No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hey, Chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws them on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with this decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hichan, Shichan wants you to know that you were taking too long to make a move. Shichan also says she will let you keep Australia if you agreed to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. Anyway, no. Shichan admires your fighting spirit and you would be a benevolent dictator who will spare you people, and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare you people if you agree to join the student council. Ha ha ha! You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it down for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Ah, wait, please slow down, Shichan. Hichan. Shichan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. Those eyes of hers shine with a childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Okay. Again, the option I have here goes to further down Shizune's path. Which is, she has a point. Attack aggressively. Or, is that right? Give me 1 second, I'm going to check that, actually. Yeah, okay, yeah. This goes down Shizune's path. And, yeah. Alrighty. She's either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose, though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. I win, yay! There's no need to translate that, it was pretty clear. Wah! Wow. Whatever. Don't look so sad, Hichan. You were really giving your best. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. Hichan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Hichan is impressed. The mark of great people is that they are daring and they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Hichan? That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step, and there's no point if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Shichan, but that's so demanding. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Hichan, would you like to join the student council? She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school. So I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any of the clubs yet. But spending some time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I wouldn't pass that up. I'd be student council man. What does that say about my personality? Fuck it, we'll do it live! Anyway, I still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe. I'll get back to you on it. Okay, Hichan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hichan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it's definitely the truth and there can't be any mistaking it. I know. Guess I should have made revenge for losing, at the very least. Shizune smiles at that in a mischievous way as it feels like twisting a knife in the wound of my loss. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize that I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. Wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? The clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian's absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library's open. It's on the 2nd floor. Can't miss it. You want us to show you where it is? No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. One flight of stairs up and I run into problems. The 2nd floor hallway is a carbon copy of the 3rd floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. Problem is that the library's whereabouts are not easily as determined as one would think. Classrooms marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the ladder and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though. Just barely ajar so I can see it's opening and nothing else. It's not opening. It's open, not opening. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open. While this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means someone is inside, and I can ask for directions no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push on the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to this school can't be shaken from my mind. So much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. And the door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it is much easier to open than I anticipated. And that, I believe, is where I will stop this part. Next time on Let's Play Katawa Shoujo, we will open the door more, and we will walk in and see what's inside. Take care, and something. I don't know yet. I need to come up with an outro.